IELTS Speaking Part 2 topic. Talk about a piece of advice you received that was helpful to you. Who gave this advice to you? When you were given this advice, what it was about. Explain why the advice was helpful for you.
One piece of advice that has truly resonated with me was given by my elder brother during a particularly challenging time in my life. I had just completed my high school education and was at a crossroads, unsure of which path to pursue for my higher education. The overwhelming pressure of making the right decision was weighing heavily on me, and I found myself in a state of deep consternation. It was during one of our late-night conversations that my brother shared a piece of advice that would ultimately become a guiding principle in my life. He said, "The only way to avoid making mistakes is to never try anything new, but if you do that, you will never truly live." At first, this advice seemed paradoxical, but as I pondered over it, its profound meaning began to unfold. This advice was given to me during the summer, just before I was to commence my university applications. My brother's words were about embracing uncertainty and taking risks, even if it meant facing potential failures. He encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and pursue what genuinely interested me, rather than what seemed like a safe option. What made this advice particularly salient for me was the realization that fear of failure was holding me back from exploring my true potential. My brother's words emboldened me to pursue a degree in literature, a field I was passionate about, but which I had hesitated to choose due to concerns about job prospects and societal expectations. This decision turned out to be one of the most fulfilling choices I have made, opening doors to opportunities one had never imagined. The advice was helpful because it instilled in me a mindset of resilience and fortitude. It taught me that failure is not something to be feared, but rather a natural part of the learning process. Moreover, it underscored the importance of following one's passion, even if the path is fraught with uncertainties. This approach has not only shaped my academic journey but has also influenced other aspects of my life, encouraging me to take on challenges with a positive attitude. In retrospect, my brother's advice has been a touchstone in moments of doubt and hesitation, reminding me that growth often comes from taking risks and venturing into the unknown. This advice has empowered me to make decisions with confidence and to embrace life's uncertainties with an open heart.
IELTS Speaking Part 3. Do you think it's important to seek advice from others?
Absolutely, seeking advice is crucial, especially when facing significant decisions or challenges. Advice from others can provide us with new perspectives and help us avoid potential mistakes. It can also be a way to benefit from someone else's experience and knowledge, which might be invaluable in making informed decisions. However, it's also important to balance advice with our own judgment and intuition.
How do you decide whose advice to follow?
When deciding whose advice to follow, I consider the person's experience and expertise in the matter at hand. For example, if it's about career choices, I would lean towards someone with substantial experience in the industry. Additionally, I assess whether the person understands my situation well enough to offer relevant guidance. Trust and respect for the individual also play a significant role in determining whether I take their advice seriously.
Can bad advice be helpful in any way?
Surprisingly, yes, bad advice can sometimes be helpful. It can teach us to critically evaluate the suggestions we receive and trust our instincts. Encountering bad advice also encourages us to seek multiple opinions before making a decision, which can lead to more well-rounded choices. Moreover, it can make us more cautious and thoughtful in our decision-making process, ultimately helping us grow wiser.
Is it better to rely on personal experience rather than advice from others?
Both personal experience and advice from others have their own merits. Personal experience is invaluable as it teaches lessons firsthand and builds confidence. However, advice from others can provide shortcuts to knowledge and wisdom that might take years to gain through experience alone. Ideally, a combination of the two, learning from personal experience while being open to advice, can lead to the best outcomes.
How has the advice you received shaped your life decisions?
The advice I received has profoundly influenced my life decisions, especially during pivotal moments. For instance, the advice to embrace uncertainty and take risks has led me to pursue opportunities that I might have otherwise avoided. This has opened doors to experiences and growth that I'm truly grateful for. It has also made me more confident in making decisions, knowing that even if I stumble, I have the resilience to recover and learn from the experience.
Why do people often ignore good advice?
People often ignore good advice due to a variety of reasons, such as overconfidence, stubbornness, or a desire to learn from their own experiences. Sometimes, the advice might challenge their existing beliefs or comfort zone, making it difficult to accept. Additionally, the person giving the advice might not be seen as credible or relatable, causing the advice to be disregarded. Ultimately, people have their own unique perspectives and motivations that influence whether they choose to follow advice.
Do you think giving advice is as important as receiving it?
Yes, giving advice can be just as important as receiving it. When you give advice, you share your knowledge and experiences, potentially helping someone else avoid mistakes or make better decisions. It also encourages reflective thinking, as you often need to consider your own experiences and the lessons you've learned. Moreover, giving advice fosters relationships and trust, as it shows that you care about the other person's well-being.
How can someone improve their ability to give good advice?
Improving the ability to give good advice involves developing strong listening skills and empathy. By truly understanding the other person's situation, you can offer more relevant and thoughtful guidance. It's also important to be informed and knowledgeable about the topic on which you're giving advice. Additionally, providing advice in a non-judgmental and supportive manner can make it more likely to be received positively. Lastly, being open to feedback and learning from your own experiences can help refine your ability to give effective advice.